Welcome back, guys.
Hey, hey.
Hey,
Pretty interesting games there. So,
Yeah.
before that, of course, thanks for playing a lot. And if you've got any shoutouts or any stuff to plug, go ahead and do so now. We'll start with Experta.
well, as usual, I want to thank Omega for hosting the show matches. Had a lot of fun playing again, and hopefully, I'll get to do that again soon.
Cool.
Also, shout out to my YouTube channel, the Drop Dead Gamers, and you can follow us on Twitch now since that's a thing as well. You can look us up, same thing, Drop Dead Gamers.
Okay, cool. Montasaurus.
Yeah, I'm not really online or anything. I don't really do anything, sort of YouTube channel or anything like that. I am in a band, and I'll just post a link to my music in chat. But that's about all I got.
Cool.
Shout out to Rob and
Nice.
Seiji, who I play with pretty regularly, and just all the day nights in this whole community. It's pretty awesome.
Great. I definitely second that.
Yep.
Freaks, what about you?
Yeah.
What kind of music do you guys do?
It's just like alt rock. We broke up, but there's a link in chat. You can listen to it if you want.
Cool.
Later,
Nice,
though.
thanks.
Not right now.
Right. What about Freaks?
Shout out to the Thor Rush. Oh yeah.
That was pretty
Try.
awesome, I gotta say. Pretty awesome.
I haven't seen that in a long time, so definitely props for pulling that one off, or getting close to pulling it off. It was
Almost.
good.
Yeah. Darn immortals.
But folks watching right now, I don't know. DKTL, shout out to that, of course. Omega Cast with me every week, or has been doing so this week. We're actually a bit, I don't know. The players have not gotten back to Faust when
Scheduling.
for when they want to play.
Scheduling
Yeah,
happens.
scheduling's been a little bit of an issue.
It happens, guys. It happens. It's not a big deal. We'll
So-
get those played eventually.
Yeah, so just stay tuned to the Twitter. That's at Freaks80. Of course, my Twitch. Mainly DKTL is casted over at twitch.tv/HivemindTV. And that's about all I got.
Okay. Well, real quick, guys, let's talk about Game 1. Game 1 was played on Frost. We had I believe that was a Command Center first build from Montasaurus, and that was standard into 4-5 gate from from Experta. So tell us about these two builds, why you were going for them, guys, and what did or didn't work out for you. So we'll start with Experta on that one.
Well, for map 1, this is where I have to make a small confession. Last time Montasaurus was playing, I only caught the third game which he played a random, and it was a ZVZ. So I was like wondering, wait, is he always playing Zerk or something? So I went back and actually watched some of his games. And so first I saw his play pattern, and second I was like, oh, well, let's see his playing style. So yeah, I actually scouted you. And based on what I saw, I was like, okay, I better play more defensively since he's not afraid to punch me early in the game and rush me and even cheese me. And that was my plan in the first game, which turns out was a horrible idea. Basically, when I was prepared to get rushed and attacked early, and I saw he went for a CC first, and I was like, okay, either this is gonna turn into a macro game I can't win, or I do something right now. So I decided to put all my chips on the table and just go for it.
Okay. Montasaurus?
Yeah. I don't usually do CC first in any matchup, but Frost is kind of one of those maps where you can sometimes get away with it. And I scouted him pretty early as well, probably about the same time, and saw that he was, getting, one gate and a quick cybernetics core, pretty standard. And then once I saw that he saw my CC, I figured he was going to go into 4 gate and put some early pressure on, and I just didn't do anything about that. I put one bunker up. I didn't have SCVs pulled to repair. I needed like two more bunkers at least. And yeah, then it was just over. Pretty much. I just kind of wasn't in the right place. I put an engineering bay down for defense or something. I didn't really use it. But I just wasn't really thinking.
Okay. So,
And
Personally, for that first game, I feel bad as well because I actually wanted to try out hero style of Mass Zealot versus Terran. I wanted to have a big macro game, and when I saw he was so ahead, I just said, well, whatever. I am kind of sad. I think I should have still tried to play a macro game. I feel bad about that one.
no, I don't.
get a win however you get a win.
Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes.
What was interesting there, though, is that did have that little engagement with the mothership core. Actually, almost turned into quite the problem, but that was really nice micro with those Marines.
Yeah, that was like the only win I had that game. The only thing that went right, I felt like. I was like, oh, cool, it has mothership core. Maybe he won't like pressure right now. But he did anyway, and he had more than enough to deal with it.
Yeah.
Of course. Which I knew was going to happen. Yeah.
All right. Then, as far as game 2 was concerned, it looks like we want to flip things around. We want to return the cheese with some cheese, and you decided to go for the Thor Rush. Anything in particular influencing that?
Well, I actually didn't know what race Experta played, so I'm prepping for this show match. I'm actually playing the next show match as well, which is Pete Blunt's, and I heard that he was Protoss.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was thinking of like what kind of builds I could do that were kind of weird and would be pretty good against Protoss, and I started working on this Thor Rush yesterday, and haven't perfected it, but I thought it'd be really fun to do today, and it kind of maybe would have worked if I didn't pull all my drones and still had minerals to repair, because that was my main issue once I got into his main. I had all these SCVs that could do no repairs because I had 0 minerals, which I just completely forgot about.
It was actually, interestingly enough, you could have still done that, and you had enough energy for a mule, and then you started 2 Marines.
Mm-hmm.
So if the 2 Marines weren't started, you actually would have had enough for repair, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So, you could do that. You could leave a couple at home, but, I don't know if you need that massive of an adjustment, really.
Yeah, I saw, the main reason I pulled all of them was because he had that warp prism that flew into my base. And so I figured, well, I might as well use them as meat shields too, since they're going to die at home anyways.
So from your angle, Experta, that had to seem pretty scary probably when you saw that coming up to your base, and then you had a warp prism in his base and you were supply blocked.
Okay, so let's start from the very beginning, because every good story has a beginning, right?
Yep.
The first thing I saw was his ACV moving out to take the watchtower. I didn't scout his base. I wasn't sure if his CC was hidden, or maybe it was late, or maybe he didn't have it and was trying to rush me. So at that point, it could have been anything. But the moment I saw his ACV stop exactly at the watchtower, okay, he wants vision. He wants to hide. He wants to hide an attack. Kill the ACV. Watch the watchtower constantly. And actually, on the very bottom side, I managed to spot small size of your army, and I was like, okay, he's rushing me. The problem was all I saw was Marines. So you can imagine my surprise when I see on my doorstep 3 mother effing force. And I was like, well, okay, I guess we're losing this game. Suddenly I scroll my screen up and I see a Colossus, and I'm like, oh, well, 1 Colossus versus 3 Force. I'm not good at math, but hey, let's try. Maybe I can math this thing out.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun game.
When everything on my end started to die and I had no supply, I was supply blocked forever. And I'm like, well, I can build only one thing. What should it be? And that's when it dawned on me. Jesus Christ, I have Roboway. These things are metal. Immortals!
All right. Yeah, and it worked out pretty well.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Oh, man. Well, thanks a lot for those 2 games, guys. They were pretty neat to watch. I'll see you a little later, actually, Montasaurus. In a little over an hour, we'll have Montasaurus versus Pete Blunts. And
Sweet.
I will catch y'all then. Zero should be back for that. I am not 100% sure either way, but we'll see.
Good luck with your next show match, man.
Yeah, thank you. Good job, man.